Hey, yo, what's going on, baby? It's Terror Talk. I'm Will.
And I'm Hector.
And we are here. We're Terror Talk 3. No E, baby.
Yup.
That's what we do. We want to set ourselves a little bit different from everybody else. We don't get paid. We just give you our off-the-top, off-kilter,
Off the dome.
unadulterated movie reviews, news, and analysis. The analysis that we do, we don't do any research, baby. So don't take it.
Nope. I never saw the movies.
Sometimes he doesn't.
That's
but,
the fun thing. I think you guys need to guess which movie I didn't see.
Yeah, it's going to be
when
easy.
I did the review.
We'll figure it out.
I'll give you a hint. It sounds screaming.
Ooh. We talk a lot of movies. We talk all about movies, horror movies in general. We like to talk about it. We started this channel because we couldn't stop talking about horror movies with everyone else. We were annoying a bunch of people, so we said, let's put it online, baby.
There was friendships lost over this, too.
Very much so, and marriage is broken, but it's in the past now. Yeah. Alimony's due on Thursday for me. But today on Terror Talk, we're going to be digging in the crates a little bit for a little classic movie. We're going to get the ball rolling, if you know what I mean.
On your head.
Oh, Phantasm, baby.
Phantasm 2.
Phantasm 1 and 2, baby.
No, we're only doing 2. No,
oh, baby.
Man, I need to talk to you on the side.
Yo, shut up.
Fuck, bro.
So we're going to talk about Phantasm in general, right? But we're also going to talk about our favorite ones. I think your favorite one is part 1, right?
100%.
And my favorite one is part 2.
Yeah.
I like the bombasticness. So we're going to talk a little bit about Phantasm. You know, we're just going to shoot the shit. You know, there's a million videos on YouTube about people talking about Phantasm, and they go through the whole movie. They go through analysis.
And then they're going to make fun of it.
Yeah.
We're going to do that too, but
maybe.
You know.
But we're gonna give our take and our thoughts on Phantasm. So Phantasm's a cult science fiction horror movie classic, I would say, right?
Yeah, I would say this movie is a perfect movie that is on the line of a little bit more science fiction. It would have been a science fiction movie. A little bit more this way, it would have been a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's perfectly in the middle.
It's perfectly in the middle right there. But like 1 and 2, I think are special movies. I like 3 okay. And then you got 4 and 5, which I'm not a big fan of. But I
think after that they're just like
they kind of fall off a cliff. I mean, I think 5 was more like fan service. I remember watching 5, and 5 was like more like a lot of fan references and stuff like that. You know, it was nice to see everybody back. But 1 and 2, I think, were truly inspired films. Our boy directed it. Our boy, Don Casarelli. Yeah, Don Casarelli. He was like a low-budget horror movie director. He did a bunch of stuff. He did like newer stuff like Bubba Hotep and things like that. But for the most part, he isn't recognized as like a pioneer in horror. Like, not really.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Not as much as like Wes Craven in them, but he was around the same time.
Yeah,
like Tobe Hooper and stuff.
Phantasm is a special movie though. But for me, I have a funny story about this movie. My dad always told me that the tall man, that he's Mexican, right? Every time I'm watching, I'm like, really? And then for years, I'm like, yeah, he's Spanish, this and that. And then before we did this, I was like, oh, nope. Just a white guy.
Just a regular white guy.
Regular white guy. Real tall white guy.
What's his name? Angus in real life? Well, he passed away.
He passed away, I think 2020. No.
That's the name. That was his stage name, though. Angus, like Angus.
Angus Beef.
No, Angus. What was his name? Grissom.
Of all the names to have as a stage name, Angus.
Yeah, but it was like a cool last name, though. What was his last name?
I don't know.
It was a crazy last name.
Wasn't Randy?
Randy
Couture? No, man.
Was it Randy? Oh shit! Was it Randy Couture?
Randy Angus Couture.
Randy. It was Angus Scrim. That was his name. But that's his stage name. That wasn't his real name.
Well, that's so weird.
But, like, wasn't he perfect as the tall man?
100%.
Yo,
a lot of people say...
His squint. Remember his squint? And then the boy.
And also, when he's fucking walking towards you, I'd be like,
God. And he's so tall, dude.
Yeah.
Like, anybody that tall, he's pretty tall to me in the movie.
In the movie, fuck yeah.
What is he? What is he? How tall is he in real life?
Probably 5'9".
No way. No way. He's 6'4".
To the little
he's
dwarf
6'4". He's in real life. He's tall. 6'4". So the tall man, like, what I like about the tall man was that his like the explanation of what he is. Like, he was a what was he exact? He was a farmer, right?
Yeah.
Like, at first, what was his name?
I don't know the name. It's like prime beef.
He's doing He named him Bear. He was those chicken McNuggets,
spare rib tips, scrim.
but he started off as like a regular dude.
Yeah.
Like, right, so like he was a regular guy, and he created like a machine that can go into different dimensions. And
Which
then when
was kind of like
yeah,
you know,
then
how do
when
we
he,
get to where we are, right?
Right, yeah, like how do we get there? Because
Yeah.
you're just thinking like but I like the explanation. Like he was just a regular dude. He was trying to save the world or something, or he's trying to fix something. So he creates this not time machine, intergalactic machine, like Rick and Morty. But he goes to the dimension of the dead, and then when he comes back, he's changed. He's like fucking shit up. He's like, I'm gonna start murdering cats now. Like, but what did you think happened to him? Do you think he got possessed by something, or do you think like they took his body and killed him, and then a new person came?
Judging by the movie, maybe.
Yeah, it's never explained.
I don't think he saw some shit and came back. Yeah, I gotta do it like this. Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I think probably
he's possessed by one of the demons or something, or souls. Like, because they never explain it, which I love. I like that they don't explain it when he comes back.
I don't want it to kill the mystery, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So part one, and it's cool. Like, I love the lore behind it, like the balls and the little dwarf guys. You know, because he takes like dead bodies and he rips the brain out of them.
Yeah, and then he makes
them
into
in
like
a ball.
Yeah,
and then he puts he shrinks the dudes and then makes them into his minions.
Now, can you imagine?
Yeah. That to you? Have that happen to you? It'd suck.
Yeah, it would be fucking
Don't
terrible.
shrink me, bro.
I'm like, what the fuck? I want to be. But can you imagine you're just trying to make this movie and you're selling the idea like, hey, I got this movie. It's about this and that. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about, dude?
This movie's a special kind of movie because you have to see it to believe it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you explain the movie just like that to somebody, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, it's actually better when you watch it.
Yeah, no, because the first movie especially. So your favorite one was the first one, right?
Well, I like the first one because for me, it's more of it brings back memories. I will say that as far as horror movies go, it's like Pet Sematary 2 for me. When you talk about Pet Sematary, I think of 2.
You think of 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
why Clancy Brown?
Well, that and the Monster was in it too.
Who?
The guy from the Monsters, the Frankenstein guy.
Who was he?
He was the father.
Is it Clancy Brown we talking?
Yeah, Clancy Brown.
Yeah, Clancy Brown. Okay. I was like, no, he was great. No, that's the only thing I like about that movie.
Wait, no, we're not talking about Clancy Brown. You're talking about he's the detective.
The main baddie in that movie.
No. He was a good guy in this one.
Oh, he was the good guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The monster guy I was talking about.
Oh.
Clancy Brown's a legend in all horror movies.
Oh my god, but he was the best part of that movie for me.
Oh yeah,
for Pet Sematary 2. But like back to Phantasm 1, like what else? What was the what did you like about it the most? Like, what was the deal? Just besides the nostalgia,
the mystery, and then you start off with a pretty cool sex scene too.
Yo, the opening scene,
mad random.
Yo, yeah.
I was like, I remember.
Can we talk about that sex scene for a second, dude?
See, this movie for me, it was a lot of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's why I like 1 a lot. 2, what I prefer 1 is 2 pretty much tells you what happened in 1.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. I know you didn't see 1.
Recap it.
Here you go. Here's the recap. The recap was a fucking recap.
Can we talk about that sex scene though?
It was so random.
Yeah. So the guy. So
it's like the first part of the movie.
What it all kicks off is there's a sex scene in the cemetery, right? His name was Jebediah Morningside, by the way. It was. His name used to be Jebediah Morningside. So let me talk about this scene because this is a scene.
Jebediah Morningside.
We always talk about this scene. Me and my buddies in school when we watched Phantasm, we always talked about this movie, and we always would bring this up. And this is like Freddy's thing too that he does. So in the scene, it's one of their buddies or their brother or something like that. He's banging this chick at the cemetery.
Well, she's
riding him, whatever.
Riding that.
Yo, and he's like, that was great. Me sitting back here, letting you ride me. But he was like, so anyway, he finishes like it's a full, complete sex scene, right?
Yeah. It's like unnecessarily long.
Right, it's long. It's good. And then he finishes. He's like, oh, that was great. He's done, right? Completed. But then at the end of that sex scene, she morphs back into the tall man to Jebediah Morningside. So I was like, wait a minute, hold up,
and then kills him.
Because that's one of his powers. He has like telepathy. He has like he can shapeshift.
He Wonder Woman.
Yeah, he Wonder Woman. No, but he banged this dude. He's a man, I guess, right? And what he did was
an old man.
He pretended to be a woman. He had full sex with him. Like you don't go like this. So if I had shapeshifting abilities, I'm trying to kill a dude. I'd pretend to be a girl, right? And I would like, oh hey.
If you pretended to be a girl, what kind of girl would you be?
The hottest one I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I pretend to be.
Like what celebrity? I'll probably pick Christina Aguilera now, though.
Or I'll probably be like Jessica Alba or something, or Jennifer Lawrence or something. But anyway, regardless of that, my plan would be I would turn into a hot chick. I would lure you in, right? I'd be like, hey, come and grab a drink with me. And then I'd kill you eventually, like before we had sex. Like, I'm not having sex with, like, this guy, Jebediah, our boy Jebediah, a tall man, had sex with the man, full sex. Like,
and you see it.
Yo,
you know it happened.
For a full, like, 5 minutes, like, banged him, like, and then was like, by the way, I'm Jebediah.
It's like that South Park episode where the cop went undercover as a prostitute.
Yeah.
And he went, all right before the transition, let's get ready.
Yeah, he bangs him, and then he's like, you're under arrest.
Freeze,
after he had sex with him. So I'm like, yo, he turns back, he's like, gotcha. And I'm like, wait, you had full sex with this dude, and then you kill him?
Yeah.
Like, so you wanted to send him off on something nice? Like, or do you
maybe that was his first time morphing, and he just
he morphs.
I gotta have sex with this guy.
Oh my God.
Just to get this murder.
Yo, this guy was crazy. So we always would like make fun of that scene, like me and my buddies, because he was like, yo, the tall man was secretly like secretly like dudes.
His name, Jebediah
Morningside. That was his name as a human, and then when he went to the other place,
the tall man.
So then we referred to him tall man because he became so heinous. But the thing is, we always made fun of that because like we watched like Nightmare on Elm Street, and Freddy would do the same thing. Like he would start morphing into chicks. Like in part 4, he morphs in that chick and goes to the guy's waterbed, and then you're like, man, like Freddy, like what is he doing? Like he's constantly turning into chicks, like and then like he's banging dudes.
I like it. That's why.
Yo, I always thought that was funny. What I like about the first movie, to back on that first movie, it's confusing on purpose.
Yeah,
like it feels like a stream of consciousness.
See, when you watch it, to me, it's like, what the fuck? It's
a mind bend. It's a mind meld.
I'm in it. I'm enjoying the ride.
Yeah. It's a mind bending film to the point where like when you watch it the first time, you're like, okay, I don't know what the hell is going on in this movie. But then when you watch it the second time, you realize, oh, this is done on purpose.
Yeah.
They're doing this on purpose. It feels like it feels like if you ever wrote in your journal, or if you have journals, or if you have a story and you write a stream of consciousness that just doesn't quite make sense, but it makes sense to you. That's what this movie feels like to me. I like that. I like how experimental it was and how cheap it was, and all the things they did with the budget, like to make you think that something was there.
It was like, well, the second one was a big budget.
Well, there was a big budget, but the first one was a minimal budget,
very low budget. But the gore was good though.
I loved it, and you know what they did with this movie, the first movie. What I liked is that they did so much with so little. Yeah. Like they made you think something was being done where you didn't see everything. Like it hid a lot of stuff. Like I think it's a masterful movie. But if you watch it, like if it's your first time watching it, just be weary. You're gonna be like, "What the hell is this? Why would anybody recommend this to me?"
A lot of people say Phantasm sucks, and they didn't finish watching it. Mm-hmm. And that I've heard that from a lot of people I know. They're like, "Oh, why do you like that movie?" But my parents, they love that shit. Yeah. And then
it definitively ends too. By the way, like in my opinion,
that's the thing. It's like
the first movie.
The director, he didn't want to make
no, because the second movie came out 10 years later.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, this movie. Look at the ending. He's dead.
He's dead. They're all dead. Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah."
But then I guess they kept coming at him with money, of course.
They kept throwing bags of money at him. They threw the bag at this cat.
I think it was Universal Studios.
Yeah. And they threw the bag at this cat. They said, yo, come back, make some more money. Like, and some of the actors in the movie, they haven't been acting. They weren't even acting anymore.
One or two.
In part 2, like Reggie, the main guy.
But he gets recasted in 2.
No, not Reggie. The one with the ponytail. Yeah, like
but the main character.
The main guy. Yeah, they didn't want him because he's not really an actor.
Yeah,
so they were like,
and they wanted a working actor. I think.
Yeah,
that's what Universal Studios said.
Yeah, Universal Studios always want to mess it up, but it messes up the continuity. People don't like that.
Yeah, a lot of people hate that.
Can we talk about that Reggie character for a second, though? Yo, I like
Reggie's the ice cream guy, right?
Yeah. What I like about him, he was like Ash. He's Ash.
Okay.
He's our Ash. William. Now, when you watch the Phantasm movies,
he comes and fucks shit up.
Absolutely tell 1,000,000% that they are fans of Evil Dead. You can tell, like the Evil Dead and Phantasm are like cousins. They're kissing cousins. They're cousins that you know.
And you're like, what the hell is Will talking about? Well, let him cook. Like
let me cook. Yeah, no, but they're similar in nature. Like there's a lot of influence with the Evil Dead movies, and the same way in the sense that Evil Dead movies are kind of disorientating. So you don't know what's what. You don't know who's who. You don't know which is where is where, which is what. You don't know who's a demon, who's a monster, blah, blah, blah. It's very over the top, exorbitant. And you have a good central character in terms of Reggie and Ash. They're both very strong male protagonists that we get in both. And they do a lot of wild shit, especially in the second movie. The second movie is more like more Evil Dead.
The second movie was just like, hey, we're Men in Black now.
Yeah.
They got the glasses,
pretty much, yeah.
And then we're going to fuck shit up.
Yeah, Phantasm 1, great, but my favorite one is Phantasm 2. I think that's my favorite one.
He had to like lie to them to get them out and then to seek revenge? Is that why?
Who's getting revenge?
Because he lied because everyone thought he was crazy, so he had to lie.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. No, I like
out just to go seek revenge.
Yeah, I like Phantasm 2 because it's balls to the wall. Like,
it's more money.
Phantasm 2 has more money. It was $3 million versus the 300,000. It was 30,000.
30,000.
Yeah, 30,000. Now you get some money over here, baby.
Just one camera. Oh,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the second movie was a $3 million budget. This movie is balls to the walls action. Like, it was like. The thing about the main difference between the second and the first, and I think why a lot of people, I know you like the first one better, and you're not alone in that, but I think a lot of people like the second one better too, is because it feels more of a narrative story.
Well, what I've heard a lot of people, especially talk about 1 and 2 Phantom, it's like Terminator 2 to Terminator 1. Like, people prefer Terminator 2.
Yeah, I do.
Versus
also.
1.
I do.
I prefer Terminator 2 because
it's more of an action. Terminator 1 is a horror, in my opinion.
We talked about
Yeah, slasher.
But a lot of people really like Terminator 1.
Yeah.
So I think for Phantoms, you have to look at it like that.
Yeah.
But
I think
1 is just a cult classic.
1 is a cult classic. I think 2 is a cult classic too, but 2,
I agree, 100%.
2 is more narratively driven, and the reason for this is they gave it more money. So like Universal was like, man, this shit has to make more sense.
And you see it too. It's like, hey, let's just fucking.
You see the money. You see the money. But what I mean by narratively driven is that there's a voiceover in the movie where it explains the scenes as they're going along. So, like you said, it's like Men in Black. Like they're like Reggie's family dies. He kills them. The tall man kills them, and then we pick off right where the first one left off, and then he's attempting to get revenge on the tall man and killing all the ghouls and trying to track him down. It's a road trip movie. Men in Black road trip movie where they're trying to stop the tall man because, they lost everything and they want their revenge.
Now, for this one, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, when you think back on that, let me know. But
do you feel like this is like the one with the biggest recap ever in a horror movie?
Yeah, because the first 15 minutes is like showing the last 15 minutes of the first movie.
And I think the director did that on purpose. It's like, hey,
got to catch up.
That shit was over after 1, but 2, this is how we kept it going.
I like in the first one where the kid gets pulled into the abyss, like he gets pulled through the glass into the abyss. But when you see in the second movie, he just gets pulled through some glass and he's like in the next room. I'm like, what? What the hell is this? So, it's more narratively driven. So they're giving you voiceovers. They're explaining the scenes. Like there's more like, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. So it doesn't get confusing. Like the first movie was more of a stream of consciousness, was more very, very confusing on purpose, almost like a dreamlike state. Like at the end of the movie, you're like, are they in a dream? Because it feels like a dream to me. But this one is like, no. This is definitely not a dream. This is definitely what's happening. And I like the road trip aspect of it because you don't stay in one place too long. Like you get an idea of what the tall man wants to do. You get why he's doing the things that he's doing. You get a lot of set pieces, and you get to move from town to town to town. And they're all small towns, right?
Yeah.
Like he ain't coming to New York.
He ain't coming to Jersey.
Yeah, he ain't coming to Jersey, man.
Ain't going to no Jersey City.
Nah, man. He gonna be
like, their parking was terrible.
Yo, he get fucked up because he when he would come here because he knows his place. What I like about the tall man, like he understands like where he can take advantage of small towns. And he's like decimating town after town after town, and they're going and he's leaving a trail for them, and it's basically them coming to a head. One thing I liked in that movie, do you remember that scene where the chick is in the basement, the hot chick is in the basement, and then like she's like, help me please, and then he's coming downstairs, he's like, don't worry, I'll save you, and I'm like, wait, don't chill out, and then that thing comes out of her back.
No, I
It was
remember
like
that.
a big ass head that comes out of her back, and it's like, "Come down here, boy. We're gonna get you." I was like, "Yo!" I was like, "They're really spending this budget, baby."
Well, that's the thing you could
was
tell.
cool set pieces,
you
man.
see a lot of parts in the movie. You're like, man, they're spending some money.
They spent their money wisely because like there's like this like it looks like Freddy Krueger, and it's like this head that pops out of her back and just starts taunting them, and then he burns it or something. Yo, it's awesome. Like there are so many good set pieces in this movie. Remember that scene where the guy with the ball and it goes up that guy's butt?
Well,
that
I
shit was
think
crazy.
After the first one, everybody's like having questions. Imagine if that ball just went
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah, and it did.
And
It was
then
like
you did.
it did. It happened. He was like, it went up the guy's butt. Like
Every time it was like the forehead, I was like, all right, can you imagine if she went in my ass or like
yeah,
my dick?
yeah, and it did. It did. That thing went right up the guy's ass, man. It did not look good. It looked painful.
Yeah,
And-
fuck yeah, that'd
yeah.
be terrible, bro.
So what was cool in this movie too is that you got to see the face of the little Jawas.
Yeah.
You get to see their face. And
That's
then
pretty much what they were.
they're
man.
Jawas,
The
yeah.
same exact outfit.
Yeah,
just
same
they didn't
thing.
see the little yellow eyes. but-
They were like, you got to see their face, so they spent the money there, and there was like a lot of ghouls in the movie.
Yeah.
Like there was a chainsaw guy. You know, another reference to so like why I reference Evil Dead 2
yeah.
is that there's this chainsaw fight
Yeah.
in there. Like he pulls a chainsaw, he looks like Ash. He's like strapped up like Ash.
He cuts off the shotgun, man.
Yeah, yeah. He makes a
baby.
quad shotgun in this movie, and we don't see it till the end. Like he makes the shotgun. Reggie, our guy, he makes a shotgun with 4 barrels in it, but we don't see that shit till the end. Like he teases it the entire movie. Like we're
He's
just like,
don't worry about it.
I'm like, yo, when
It's
is he?
coming.
When is he gonna use the shotgun? And he
Yeah.
uses it on 4 like Jawas as they're walking up the stairs, and he blows them away.
Yeah.
But I like the there's another reference to Evil Dead where one of the balls is chasing them, and the POV, the camera's on the ball.
Yeah, so
and
it's like
going
the
through the
like
door.
the
Yeah, it's like
doing
that.
that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's doing that thing. So they're fans. I think there's a Sam Raimi reference in this movie. Don't quote me on
Probably.
that, but
Wasn't there like a saying from Evil Dead 2? I'm trying to remember.
yeah,
If you die, you think you go to heaven, but no, you come to me.
yeah,
Wasn't
that's
there,
what
like,
he says. He
Yeah,
says that
yeah.
in this movie. Yeah,
Trying to think if that was
yeah.
from Evil Dead.
It may
2,
be,
but
maybe, but you could tell
probably one
they're
of the,
friends.
demons saying that,
They
yeah.
shake each other's hands.
Yeah.
You know, they're in the same realm. They're
But
initiated.
it's a nice, like how you said it, they're cousins. That's
Yeah,
perfect
they're
way to say
cousins,
it.
yeah.
They're not trying to copy each
No,
other. It's
no.
just kind of like you could tell it's in the same. It could be in the same universe.
Yes, absolutely,
mean?
absolutely.
I don't know how the Book of the Dead will work in this situation, but
No, no,
it'd be
no. Maybe
confusing.
the Book of the Dead could be an opening to another universe, just the way
It
that
could be.
Morningside, our boy Jebediah, how he went to another dimension. That could be like the book could open to another dimension.
I never thought about that, like how he transformed into a girl,
Yeah.
and he was just pretty
Yeah,
much,
he
well, I'm
banged
gonna
that
have to
guy.
have sex with
Yeah,
this guy.
he's like, I guess I
Can't
gotta have
just-
sex.
I can't just kill him.
I can't just murder this guy without giving him a good time. I was like, okay.
He was like, oh, the guy who was like,
He,
having sex-
he loved
You're
it
like,
too.
really?
Yo, the guy. What's the funniest part is the guy loved it. Like he's sitting there. He was like,
oh, I
that
gotta
was
say-
great. Like he sat back. He was like, that was great, baby.
I've had practice.
Yo, you would think he's bad at sex if he like if I turned into a woman.
I would be horrible. I'd
Like,
be
if I turned into
do
a
you
woman
like
today,
this?
yeah.
You know, like,
If I turned into a woman today, right? And like if I just like got transported into it like a Freaky Friday style, like I switched bodies with a woman, like I don't know, I would be able to like it'd be my first time having sex as a woman. Like I don't know if I'll do a good job or not. You know?
not like Jebediah.
No,
he was
a master.
You know, it's funny when you said
Yeah.
that. If you watch the sex scene again, it looks. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. No, she
doing
shows
all-
him a
she's
good
doing all
time.
the work.
It looked like the way he was acting. It looked like it was the best sex of his life. He was like, "This is good." He's like, "Baby, that's nice. I can't wait to make you my wife."
Damn, I can't believe you single. That's crazy.
He turned into a fucking old man. He's like, "Gotcha," like that Kanye West.
Oh,
Gotcha,
shit, yeah.
gotcha.
But like, oh no.
But the second movie was definitely more bombastic. There's explosions. There's more boobs. There's monsters. Like, and I love the ending. Like, it's a copy of the first ending.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you thought you got me? Nah, you didn't get me. I'm back. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. All the movies
I'm
end
pretty
like
sure
that.
The
Sort
director
of.
was like, hey, we're gonna be making more money
Hell yeah.
and more movies.
Yeah. But just real quick about part 3. What I didn't hate part 3. The what is his name? King of the Dead or the
Yeah.
whatever something. Lord of the Dead. I didn't hate that, but I love the characters in that movie. Like I like the little
character's
kid and the
cool,
black
but
girl.
But the vibe of the movie, I just did. It was
Yeah.
just kind of like, I don't know, man. Something magical about one for me.
Yeah,
and
one and two.
Two is a great time. You're like, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
But one and two versus the other ones. I don't know.
It's not as good. But
Especially
three,
five.
But I like three.
Five. Like five, I get what you meant. But like
it's
a fan
like
service.
Fan service, yeah. But three, I like the characters. I love the little kid. Like he was like Home Alone. He was like a Home Alone kid.
Yeah,
but he was like killing them, like a Macaulay Culkin guy that was killing dudes. I love that, and I like the black chick. Like I love that black chick, man. I forgot what her name is. I think Rocky or something. I'm probably wrong.
Imagine it's not even Jebediah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely him. That's his name.
He imagines like Kurt something.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Jebediah.
Gerald Wallace. No, it's no, but I love those. I love those two characters. Like I love Reggie. Obviously, Reggie's a fan favorite. Like how can you not love that character? He's awesome, and he just bangs chicks throughout the entire series. But the kid and the black girl, I love them. I thought that was a great trio. Like I was like, yo. This team of people, like, I love hanging out with them. Like, I liked it.
What for you, like, for me, was the vibe of the movie. That I didn't like Phantasm 3. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't like, it was one of those movies that didn't keep me at my attention.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching, I'm like, I'm just going to do something else.
Yeah, I like
for you?
For me, I like the people in it. That's what kept me going.
What didn't you like about it?
No, I liked it. I like part 3.
Oh,
yeah.
You didn't like it.
No, I like part 3.
I just like the characters in it.
No. I like part 3.
Oh, okay.
I like the vibe of that movie because it was still like a travel log and everything, but the characters that I was hanging out with, I enjoyed them better than everything. I liked them. Movie. I thought I was with them. It felt like I was there with them. The movie kicks off for me when you get to the haunted house part where he starts killing the dudes, and then he meets up with the little kid. Like, and I was bummed to find out, like, in the storyline, you find out that he dies. Like, I'm like, damn, okay, that sucks. Spoiler. But
imagine, I never saw Phantasm 3.
But he dies off screen. You don't know. You have to read, like, the manuscript or something. Or you have to read something else that tells you that he died. But anyway, once he meets up with that little kid and they go off on their adventure, like, I thought obviously it's not as good as 1 and 2, but it captured that feeling, that road trip, that, camaraderie, that we're in this together. And it felt like, for me, the tall man is like ever present. And it felt like a large task, like a Thanos style. And then these three had to fight against him, and they were cool. Like the black chick was awesome.
Yeah,
she was badass. She had big ass muscles, had the badass haircut, and then you got Reggie.
What was her
cracking
name?
Jokes? I think it was Rocky, dude. I think it was. We'll put her name right here.
Right
here.
Q section right
here. We'll put her name. But it was like something badass like that, and then like I like that movie. It's inferior to 1 and 2, but I still think it's worth a good watch. But 4 and 5,
why do you think it's inferior to 1 and 2?
Because it doesn't
have the oof.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like,
it's missing a step, but it's not.
For me, I'm just like, when I watch it, like, I understand what you're saying with the characters and whatnot, but it wasn't just you know what I mean.
The problem with 3 for me,
if people know what that means,
it's not having the extra. The problem with 3, I think this is the issue with 3, is that 3 doesn't do much different with the story. Like, so part 2, it's different in the sense that we're traveling with these characters. They're going from town to town. They're trying to find the tall man. It's like the Men in Black style type of thing. Before Men in Black came out, by the way, they did the Men in Black thing first.
Also, this movie, a lot of people say Slender Man, pretty much, because he's like Slender Man with the suit, tall.
Yeah.
Just kind of like unstoppable.
But what the thing is like,
I don't know if Slenderman is unstoppable.
He seems unstoppable.
You just don't look at his ass.
Don't touch him. But it feels like with the second movie, it's already been done, right? And then the third movie is kind of a rehash.
He's not good at sex like
who?
The Slender Man is not good at sex like the tall man. You don't got moves like Slender.
I never see Slender Man bang nobody. I didn't see Slender Man bang nobody in that movie.
I can't stop thinking about that.
He banged that guy. But with part 3, real quick, part 3, it's a rehash of 2. So it's all the stuff we've already seen before. They don't take it into another different direction, and I think it suffers from that because it tries to rehash all of those scenes from part 2, but it's not as good.
Okay.
It's not as good version of part 2 with more fun characters, which 2 is always going to be better in that sense.
Yeah.
Because 1 and 2 separate themselves enough where if you're a fan of 1, you're a fan of 2, they're different enough where like they give you the flavor.
Was like that one. If you just watch 1, that's the movie.
One's a trip. Yeah. 2 is more like a traditional blockbuster horror action movie.
Yeah.
And then 3 is kind of like a traditional horror blockbuster action movie, but like scaled all the way down and like not as good. So it's just kind of like a rehash remake of that. And then 4 and 5, like I kind of checked out on those.
Yeah, I feel like that's like for any sequels.
Yeah.
Man. Once you get to like 3, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I know.
But there's some sequels that actually you could keep going, like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You know, after 3,
three's great.
3 in most franchises, you're like, I don't know.
Not Leprechaun 3. That's my favorite one. I love
Not
Leprechaun
Fast
3.
and Furious, apparently.
I didn't like
That's
Fast
just
and
going to go
Furious 3.
forever.
Yeah, but Leprechaun 3 was my favorite.
What? Fast and Furious 2
Tokyo Drift.
You don't like Tokyo Drift?
No. Wow. That's my least favorite one.
That's a lot of people's least favorite, but they like the cars and the action in the movie. Not the characters.
I didn't like Lucas Black. I didn't like Bow Wow. I didn't like any of those dudes.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't bring him back, really. Lucas Black came back. He was all balding. He's like, I'm looking for my friend. I was like, did you have a full head of hair like 3 days ago?
Are you Lucas Black?
He was bald, dude. That's no problem. It happens to him. But anyway, let us know, what is your favorite Phantasm movie?
Did you like 2, 1, 3, 4,
Yeah, which ones
5?
do you like? Which one do you like better? If you're watching this and you clicked on this, you're probably a Phantasm fan, and it's probably going to be 1 or 2. I get that. But
and most people are probably going to go with
other
2.
than 1 and 2, which one is your favorite Phantasm movie? 3, 4, and 5.
That's tough.
Yeah, because 1 and 2, we know it's going to probably be 1 and 2. Let us know in the comments below. But if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, share this video if you like. I don't know.
Tell the people that you know about us.
Yeah.
Get us, spread the word, Terror Talks.
Spread it like the tall man spread his cheeks for that guy in Phantasm 1.
Oh my God. You know what's funny? I forgot about that. If that was him. I just remembered the guy dying after that.
It was him. He turned into him right after. Oh man! But
it
if
was
you
like really good sex too.
Yeah, he loved it. But anyway,
what a terrible way to die.
It is he actually finished him off. It then finished him off. But share this video, and if you like all things horror, this is Terror Talk with a 3 instead of an E. We like to talk all things horror. We do reviews, news, analysis, all of that stuff, interviews, you name it. Consider joining us.
And stay on the lookout. We're going to have a collab coming soon.
Yes.
With who?
I don't know. Some guy. You're about to find out. But yeah, comment below if you have any recommendations for future videos. Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about, because we will do it. We got nothing else better to do, baby.
We'll do it as hard as we can, just like my man Jebediah.
The tall man, Jebediah Morningside. He gonna get it in.
Angus screamed that, but,
he definitely did it.
Such a dumb name.
Terror Talk out.